And now I'd like to introduce Andrew C. McCarthy. Andy is the co-chair of the Center for Law and Counterterrorism. He's also a senior fellow there. Most importantly, in the 1990s, he was the senior trial attorney, the prosecutor in the Southern District, who tried Omar Abdel Rahman, the Blind Sheikh, and the members of the 1993 bombing cell, World Trade Center bombing cell. Successful prosecution, a sterling prosecution. Andy is also a prolific writer who has basically been our guiding light on many of these complicated, leading, difficult issues. Here's Andy McCarthy.
Thank you, Deborah, and it's a great honor to be here with Congressman King and with the first responders and all of the people of the United States who are outraged and roused by the decision that was made last week. 11 months ago, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and the bombers of the World Trade Center, the 9/11 plotters, stood ready in their military commission to plead guilty and to proceed to trial. As Deborah said, this civilian trial does not have to happen. Rather than taking their guilty plea, we've basically dithered for 11 months and now brought the worst of the war criminals that we have dealt with in the war on terror. We're bringing them into our civilian justice system and giving them the rights of the people who they are sworn to kill and whom they have mass murdered. It not only doesn't make common sense, it doesn't make legal sense. A half a century of humanitarian law going back to the Geneva Conventions has been designed to protect civilians. What we've basically done is taken people who target civilians for massacre and given them the gold-plated rights of American citizens. And this is exactly the procedures, exactly the approach that we used in the 1990s. And because we used it in the 1990s, we know where this approach leads. Allowing these people to come into our civilian justice system, worst of all, especially during wartime, will give them a banquet of intelligence. We know that happens is because it's exactly what happened throughout the 1990s. It will make them more efficient at killing us at the very time that we know, not only because of what they do, but because of what they tell us, that they are working day and night toward just that end. As Deborah said, it doesn't have to happen. This isn't Eric Holder's Justice Department. It's not even Barack Obama's Justice Department. It's the American people's Justice Department. You have an opportunity to be heard not only today, but to rally on December 5th to tell the President and to tell the Attorney General the direction you want your Justice Department to take and the direction that you want your government to take in prosecuting the war on terror. And if we're going to be serious about prosecuting the war on terror, we don't bring the worst of the terrorists, the worst of the war criminals, into our civilian courts and treat them as if they were the equal of the Americans they're trying to kill. You have a chance to make that not happen. It doesn't have to happen. Thanks very much. It's been a great honor to be here.
And now I'd like to introduce a very important guy. He's a co-founder of 9/11 Never Forget Us, the coalition. Tim Brown was a FDNY firefighter who responded on September 11th with Rescue 3 from the Bronx. He also, now that he's no longer with the department, started thebravest.com, which is a very popular place and supported by firefighters all over the United States who are supporting us through this effort. I'd like to introduce Tim Brown.
Thank you. I'm very proud of what we're doing here, this grassroots effort and this newly created 911neverforget.us. We have, as you can see here from the pile of papers, we have over 120,000 people that have signed with us so far. This is growing rapidly. We are now bringing on large organizations who are supporting us, and we are a coalition of all these good Americans, these good folks, and we are going to tell the administration that the Justice Department does belong to the people of this country. I was in Tower 1, in the lobby of Tower 1, immediately after it was hit by the first plane. At that time, we knew that we knew there was a big accident. We weren't so sure that it was done on purpose. But I'll tell you what, when that second plane came into the second tower, and Chief Donald Burns and myself went from the lobby of Tower 1 to the lobby of Tower 2, we looked at each other, and we both said, we are at war. We knew that at that moment that this was a war. Chief Burns was a hero who gave his life that day. And he said the words that people are trying to change now. This is a war on terror. We are at war, and to bring the barbarians into our court system makes me sick to my stomach. This is a pre-9/11 mentality. We're trying to go back to September 10th and try this in a criminal court. We are against that. We are going to give them the biggest stage that they could possibly want. We're playing right into their hands. The lawyer for one of the terrorists said day before yesterday, I think, that they plan to plead not guilty and to use this as a stage. They're already saying exactly what we said last week. They plan to use this as a platform to mock us, to mock the American people, to mock the families that are here with us, the families that have lost so much in the police department, the NYPD, the Port Authority Police, and the New York City Fire Department. My two best friends, Terry and Patrick, were murdered that day. They were killed that day by terrorists in an act of war. I lost 93 of my friends that day, 93. And for the Obama administration and Holder to not even reach out to us and talk with us about it, and to give them a stage to mock these families, to give them the stage for September 11th, Part 2, is disgusting. We are here to announce a rally on December 5th at noon in Foley Square. We are going to take that square over on December 5th. The American people are going to take that square over. And we're going to tell Obama and Holder that we do not agree with them. And we will not put up with this decision, this reckless and dangerous decision. This is the beginning of a national movement, 911neverforget.us. It's being born here in Lower Manhattan, mere blocks from where we were attacked. We are going to fight back. We are going to tell them we are not going to put up with it, and it's going to be a popular grassroots uprising.